Maybe there's a time where you felt that you've really made a connection. And that's what yoga gives us. It gives us a strong and powerful connection in our physical body. So let's start to make that connection. Let's begin by coming to the front of the mat. Sweep your arms up and back. Exhale down. Step your right foot back. Take your hands to your blocks or above your knees. On the next inhale breath, take your arms forward. Take the heads of the arm bones back before reaching your arms nice and wide like wings. Reach your arms up and back. And exhale, release your hands down. Step the back foot forward. Place your hands to your low back. Root down to rise up. Inhale, take your arms up and back. Exhale, release your hands down. Step your left leg back. Take your hands to the top of the knee. Inhale, lift yourself up and extend your arms forward again. Spread your fingers and draw in from the fingertips to the shoulders to open your heart with the wings spread, hands wide apart. Keep the chest open as you reach your arms up and back and step the back foot forward. Place your hands to your low back, root down to rise up. Pause, receive the breath. Get in touch with that feeling of connectedness to your breath, to your movements, to your body. As you pause, find fullness in the side body, fullness in the front body. Maintain this feeling of connectedness as you come to either all fours position or make your way to a plank position and pause there. Keep that same sense of connectedness. Get a nice in-breath and out-breath, and just start to see that connection between the strong rootedness of the hands, the lift of the inner thighs. Lower yourself all the way to the mat. So on the mat, bend one knee, whichever you wish. Bend one knee. Take your forearm, I'm bending my right knee, and the left forearm is kind of at an angle to support me. Now find a way to find your foot. So sometimes people have to lift their hip to find their foot, and if that works for you, do that. If you can find your foot without lifting your hip, do that. And just give yourself a little, just urge your foot to draw a little bit closer to your buttocks. So this is not a seriously deep thigh stretch that we're doing, but we're trying to get this connection here in our bodies today. The connection between elongating the front side of the leg to open the hips nicely. There are 3 quadriceps muscles in the front of the thigh, and one, the 4th quad, just a little bit deeper and further up. So in order to get, so you're probably feeling the stretch in the front of the thigh, as you draw your heel a little bit closer to your buttocks. But that last one, you have to get as much length from the pubic bone to the navel and then draw the tailbone down to really feel like you can get that stretch. And release now, release the foot and come to the opposite side. Get a nice firm foundation with your forearm. Lift your back foot up. If you can grab your back foot easily, do that. If you have to just kind of roll over to find the foot, do that. If you need a strap, use your strap. Find a way to just give yourself a very easy, not very deep today, just an easy thigh stretch here. As you're pressing your knee down, the top of the thigh is moving back. You're opening the pelvis really nicely just by giving the 3 muscles on the front of the thigh and even that 4th one that attaches a little bit higher. You have to draw from the pubic bone up to the navel and then down from the navel down to, or from the waistline down to the tailbone. All right, from here, just rest yourself here. So lie with your forehead, your third eye on your stacked hands. On your stacked hands, it's your third eye that you're just kind of massaging. So as you massage that third eye area, it tends to bring a little bit of ease here. So now your breath is a little bit more even through that nice massaging action. Place your hands alongside the pelvis. Press your hands down. And now we'll find the connection here with the back muscles here. So as you press your hands down, draw your legs so that rather than pressing the big toe down, see if you can press now the baby toe edge of your foot down. So do you feel how that kind of widens your pelvis? Now do the opposite. So go ahead and press your big toe down. You feel how the cheeks kind of like to squeeze in toward each other. Do the opposite. Press the baby toe side of your legs down, of your foot down, and you feel this nice opening. Keep that. Press your knees down and lift the tops of the thighs just slightly as you inhale and lift up. And exhale to soften down. Do this 2 more times here. Inhale, press the hands and pull in toward your shoulders there as you rise up, and exhale, come down. And 1 more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and soften. Inhale, take your arms wide, open up, lift up. Exhale, soften, keep your arms lifted. Inhale, reach them forward. Exhale, take them back alongside your pelvis. Good, let's find the connection on how we can make our back muscles so much more powerful here. Just through these just simple Salabhasana variations here. Inhale, lift your heart. Good, stay lifted. On the next inhale, lift your hands. On the next inhale, reach your hands forward. And exhale, release back. 1 more time in that way. Inhale, lift yourself up. On the next inhale, lift your arms up to your side. On the next inhale, lift your hands. That's probably the toughest one. If that doesn't work for you, just keep them to the side. And exhale, take your hands down. Now with your hands down, inhale, lift your feet up. Oops, take your feet down. I forgot to tell you to take more weight to the baby toe side here. You're really opening up the pelvic area, because when you lift up your feet, you tend to really contract your low back muscles. Let's start at least with a nice openness in the pelvic area. Inhale, again with those baby toes touching. Now inhale, lift your feet up and try to keep that feeling of a nice open pelvis. Exhale, soften down. 2 more times. Inhale, get your back muscles to be so strong. As you rise up, you lift your feet up, you lift your head up. Exhale, down. 1 more time. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, down. Come back to all fours position. In case you contracted your low back muscles a little bit too much, inhale, lift your sit bones and chin. Exhale, lift your back body and stay there for 2 more breaths. So breathe in, get your back body to be really full. Breathe out long. 2 more times with your back body so full. And now come up through downward facing dog and just pause in downward facing dog for a moment. So you get reconnected with the backs of the legs and the fullness of the length from the fingertips to your pelvis and from your pelvis down to your heels. And walk your feet up to your hands. Place both hands to the low back and lift yourself up. We'll continue this work on getting more length in the front side of the legs and finding that connection here to how when we get these muscles to lengthen out, how you just feel so rooted and spacious in the pelvic area. So if you'd like to use a strap for, this is a balance pose here, for the balance pose, feel free to. If you're near a wall, you may want to use the wall, because we'll be giving ourselves a thigh stretch at the wall if you wish. Here's how we'll go into it. Have your right foot very firmly planted. Lift your left leg up. Find, if you're feeling at all out of balance, use the wall and just take your foot back to that wall, right? One foot is on the wall, one foot is on the floor. But if you're feeling like, oh, I've got this, no problem. So you can move away from the wall. So you give yourself a nice thigh stretch there. And the wall just helps you. This is not so much of a balance pose as a thigh stretch pose here. I just really want to continue this connection that we're making between lengthening the thighs and feeling like this openness in the pelvic area. So keep that. You can do whatever you wish with your opposite arm and just can keep this nice length here in the pose. That's it. You can do any variation you wish. You don't have to be against the wall, of course. But stay here for 3 more breaths in whatever variation you've decided to go to. Just keep pressing the foot into your hand or into the wall. As you're ready, you can just slowly come out of the pose. And as you release your lifted foot, just kind of notice how fiery the standing leg is. Really engage. You just really feel that connection from the earth all the way to the pelvis. As you prepare for the opposite side, lift up the opposite leg so that you can Get the foot as close to you as possible, or just put the foot on the wall. So whatever variation works for you. Kind of like this foot on the wall because it just tends to give just a really nice stretch to the quad. It opens up the shoulders in a way that sometimes for some of us standing in the middle of the room is a little bit more complicated. So whatever form of the pose you wish, just keep a nice steadiness, this feeling of connection on the standing leg, nice openness to the chest, with a nice stretch to the quads. Just open nicely. So after you've been sitting for a while, if you're feeling really lethargic, stretching your quads, really important. I also like doing this, just rolling around on tennis balls or some way to massage the quadriceps to get and to do a cross fiber massage to help get the length in the muscles. Release your hands and release your foot. Now you're in Tadasana. Notice how you feel so full on the front side of the body. Keeping that sense, come to lie on your back with your knees bent. So as you lie down, let the full weight of the body feel so rooted to the earth. Breathe very freely and naturally. As you release your arms and your legs, attune to your breath. Notice how bright you feel inside, how long the front side of the body feels. You feel so spacious. You can stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like, or you can call this the end of the practice. Thank you so much for the practice. Namaste.